Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I thought I'd make a quick video of this new product I got my hands on. I've wanted to do the CCV delete on my powerstroke. That's a 2015 F250. There's a bunch of them on the market. All of them are fairly expensive. Even some of the eBay ones, which look very similar to the others, still in the $80 range. But there's no form of catch can. You're basically just hoping oil doesn't get into the line and then start dripping on the ground wherever you're venting to. I looked up SPE, which obviously is kind of like the benchmark, the standard, whatever when it comes to these kits. If you buy just the standard kit, you're looking at about $200. If you want their internal catch can, you're another 150 in. So now you're talking $350. Way more than I wanted to spend. So then I started looking at Smeding Diesel. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, at least that's how it's spelled. Anyways, their base kit is about 110, and then their internal catch can I think is like 130. People say that that's a knockoff of the SPE. Feel free to tell me what you think. Personally, it's not my fight, I don't care. But feel free to tell me what you think about it. But anyways, that still put me at about $240-ish. Still more than I wanted to spend on just a vent. I guess I'm super cheap, and if you've watched a lot of my videos, it's all about how can I make horsepower as cheap as possible, or at least cutting costs when possible to save a few bucks. So this is a perfect example of it. I was on eBay. I love shopping on eBay. I found UPR, who does make powerstroke stuff, had a kit listed for $100, and I looked at it. It looked pretty good, so I thought, well, I'll look on their website and see if there's more information. They don't list it on their website. It's only available on eBay, and it appears that they don't make the kit, they just sell it. I'm not exactly sure what brand it is. I'll show you under the hood because it's already installed, but some of the parts that came with that I did not use are going to be this fitting right here, this and these two fittings, and a ton of zip ties that you don't need to see. But anyways, so this is in case you want to route the vent into your exhaust. I don't have that luxury since my truck is not deleted. I have all the emissions crap, and as far as I know, anytime you're using the vacuum, or basically trying to produce a vacuum from the exhaust, it needs to be after any type of restriction. So I would not be able to hook this up in front of my DPF. I'd have to hook it up behind. And although this kit came with 10 feet of hose, which is double what all the other kits on the market come with, 10 feet is not enough to get you all the way to the back behind the DPF. So I'd either have to buy more hose or just vent atmosphere, and I chose to vent atmosphere. But these are actually some pretty decent quality parts. I feel like if I'd bought this from somebody else, these couple of pieces alone would probably be 40 bucks. Not saying that's a good price, that seems outrageous, but that's probably what someone would charge. Here is the instructions. I'll scroll over it real slow just in case you guys want to try to read it. I notice manufacturer's suggested retails $350, so that would put them on par with all the other manufacturers that are producing these types of kits. And trying to keep it in focus. Obviously not for sale in California. That's pretty common for anything cool. Anyways, if you want to actually read this, pause the video and read it. But anyways, so let me show you on the truck. I apologize. It's like 110 degrees out here, so it's super bright and hard to see. Try not to bang my head on the house. Anyways, this is it back here. It has basically an external catch can, so it doesn't. It's not like the SPE or the Smeding kit where the quote-unquote catch can. I hate that phrase because it's not really a catch can if it's not catching anything. But anyways, the thing that's supposed to stop the oil from getting into the hose is on the outside rather than on the inside. With this particular kit, it does come with a nice little block off. You can kind of see it down there. Let me see if I can get the camera right there. Focus. There you go. It fits perfect, and it was easy to install. Anyways, there's no reason to keep talking about that because they're all the same when it comes to that aspect. So this piece down here, the external catch can, is really the only difference. It's actually quite nice. Keep in mind, I used the factory hardware to put it back in. It did come with aftermarket hardware that I just chose not to use. And then I think I'd probably gain a little bit of slack if I ran the hose straight down. Instead, I ran it just like SPE does on their kits over the the brake booster, and it barely fit. That's a 1-inch diameter agricultural hose. It's huge. Pretty heavy too. I was surprised when the box showed up how damn heavy the kit was, and it's all because of that hose. And then it came with the cap right here, just like all the other kits. No big deal there. So anyways, that catch can, if you want to call it that, is actually just a big hollow space. It did have tiny little perforated holes on the bottom side, which you can't see obviously unless I uninstalled it, which I'm not going to try to catch some of the oil before it gets into the catch can. The nice thing about it though is because of which direction the hose comes off on the top, it's really hard for the oil to basically come in, make a 90-degree turn to get into the fitting, then make another 90-degree turn to get into that hose. So the oil's not really gonna get out very well. But I thought I would take it one step further and actually fill, before I put the fitting in, I put stainless steel scrubby inside of it. Went right in, no big deal, didn't have to force it. But at this point, any oil that gets past the initial screen that's built into that catch can is going to be stopped by the stainless steel scrubby that's in there. So far I've had the kit on the truck for a couple of weeks. Here's the meth kit. I have a video on that if you want to look into it. But anyways, that's not what this video is about. Anyways, I've had the kit for a couple of weeks. It has not leaked a single drop. You can look under the truck, completely dry down there. I did spill a little bit on the ground, which I'm really surprised my wife has not said anything about. I bet she hasn't noticed it. But anyways, no oil issues. Nothing's gotten out in 2 weeks. I don't notice any weird smells like I know people have complained about. I do know that if I let the truck idle for long periods of time and then I walk around the truck while it's running, you get a small whiff of exhaust fumes. You can tell where it's coming from. It's definitely from the delete kit. But because it came with 10 feet of hose, the way that I routed it, I do have enough hose to make it all the way to the gas tank. So that's where it's dumping at, all the way in the back, so it's not dumping right underneath the cab like some of the other kits that only come with 5 feet of hose have that problem, where it's, you know, obviously right underneath the cab. That's where you sit, that's where, you know, your family sits, whatever the case may be. So instead it's much further back, you're less likely to notice it. But now that it's summer here, we got basically 115 all week, so I'm sure as hell not driving around with my windows open, that's for damn sure. So very happy with the kit. I'm probably just rambling at this point. Highly recommend it. I mean, the oil's got to go first through the screen that's built into the catch can, then it has to go make a 90-degree turn out the side, which essentially is above the horizontal, so it's fighting gravity at that point. Then once it gets into the 90-degree fitting, it's got to turn 90 degrees to get out of the fitting and into the hose. At that point, it's going almost straight up, so again, it's fighting gravity. And then the hose goes uphill a little bit until it gets over the brake booster. So if the oil touches anything, assuming it even gets that far, but anything between the motor and the top of the brake booster, gravity is just going to pull it back down as it can, you know, when it collects and condenses, gravity will take care of it. So I have no expectation of ever having a mess to clean up or anything like that. Very happy with the kit. Like I said, UPR sold it through their eBay account, but I don't know what brand it is because they don't have it listed on their website, so I don't believe it's their brand. But anyways, feel free to tell me what you think. Is it junk? Is it great? Are you excited to have found this video? Am I so cheap that I shouldn't even own this truck? Whatever the case may be, feel free to tell me. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the video and it helps save you some money. Have a good one.